What's up everyone? Welcome to 10 years later with Ola. Today I'm trying out the Dean Dime D100 stack right here. The 10 years later series is a video series where I go back and revisit some of the amplifiers I tried out 10 years ago on my YouTube channel. And back then I didn't do any talking videos at all. I was just playing and that was it basically. I did a song, maybe something like that. But today I'm revisiting the Dean D100 Dime stack and I get to talk a little bit about it. How about that? Holy shit. So the D100 is an amplifier that came out in 2009. It was made for like 1 or 2 years, I think. The Dime D100 was made by Dean Guitars back in 2009, 2010, 2011. And it's a collaboration between Randy Sunda, which is the initial designer of the Randall solid-state amplifiers that Dimebags were using, and Grady Champion, the guitar tech of Dimebag. I remember when this came out and I saw the video from NAMM, I was like, holy shit, that sounds so good. It was Grady with a Dimebag guitar playing through this thing, and it sounded like, yeah, that sounds like Pantera, instant Pantera. And back then, I didn't really know that much about the particular equipment to get the exact same tone of Dimebag. That's something I learned along the way, and later on, as I started to really delve into the gear that he was using. But back then I was like, holy shit, that's the first time I heard a guitar into an amplifier sound like Dimebag immediately. I had to get one, and I got one, made a video, and then I think I was a little bit underwhelmed with how it sounded, but I have it here today again to check it out. Maybe I'm more mature than 10 years back, maybe I know more, I don't know, probably not. I'm going to use two guitars today, my Washburn Dime Bolt from 95 and also this 2021 Dean Cross right there. So I'm going to use two guitars. This is in standard D, I think, and that's in standard E. So what is a good starting point? Well, I went to that same old video from 2009 where Grady was demoing this thing at NAMM, and I basically pulled the settings off the video, and this is what we have right here. The guitar is connected straight into the amplifier, no bullshit or anything like that. This cabinet, by the way, has Eminence speakers in it, but it doesn't say what type of Eminence speaker. So I think it's kind of like a, probably a no-name Eminence, just to fit the speaker and this stack right here. So this is the sound I pulled out of that video right there, okay? And actually, it doesn't sound too half bad. Right now I'm running gain at maximum and boost on. I mean, if you pull down the gain a little bit, it cleans up the low end a little bit. But even though it sounds good, it's not necessarily the same type of saturation that you would hear from Dime, with this. But let me shut off the boost real quick. And in my opinion, when you shut off the boost, it opens up the amplifier. With the boost engaged, it's a little too much. You know, you want that preamp punch, but it's just not there. It's like it's just putting more gain. Obviously, I'm not Dimebag and I'm not Grady in my playing, so you know you can't really compare. But I'm not getting that slap and Dimebag tone right there. So I think I would need to use an overdrive with this just to get it to that, you know, 5% extra saturation. So I'm bringing out a good old friend of mine, the Horizon Devices Precision Devices Horizon Zero Dawn Precision Drive, and I'm gonna use that as a boost in this case. And good thing about this is that it also has some noise gates. So right now, with this boost happening, I feel that we're getting closer to Dimebag's real tone. Now there's a lot of gain happening, which is great. Now lowering the gain on the amplifier, but having the boost, it feels way more like a Dimebag type of tone. I'm just adjusting the gate a little bit. If you shut off the gate, sounds like that. If I turn it on, it cleans up a little bit, okay? So I guess in this sense, when you use a boost like this, that's almost all you need to make this sound very, very Dimebag. So much more like the, you know, the Randall Warhead or like the Warhead 2. I think this is probably one of the newer amplifiers that are, you can get you pretty close to the Dimebag tone. Obviously, if you can still find like the RG100s, that's great. But if you can't, because they're pretty rare, and also people hype up their prices, you know, you can probably find these. These are like a dime a dozen. No pun, okay? And also not that expensive either. I'm gonna switch guitar. Worth mentioning is immediately that this pickup has way higher output than this Bill Lawrence in this guitar right there. This is the newer Seymour Duncan Dimebucker, and it sounds way different. At least in this guitar, it sounds different than this. So let's shut off the overdrive and then go back to this. Okay, dial down the gain, on with this. Don't know if you can see the settings on this thing, but I think I have like the volume at max, bright at a little over 12 o'clock, drive at, you know, 8:30 maybe, and attack on noon, basically. Teching with Ola. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna try and remove this little the spring noise. Holy shit! It's really making a lot of noise. So I'm just gonna do this. A little spontaneous teching right here. Just remove the back plate. I mean, that's how Dimebag did it. He always had the back plates off. Just easier and way more accessible. Teching with Ola. Look at this. This is the inside of that Dean right there. Let me put this on. See if this just... That's working great. Ola, the technician. Yeah, I probably should do this proper, but you know, this is Ola Englund. I'm not proper. I need something else. All right, 0 mistakes, Ola Englund. I found some foam, so that's good. All right, so what I'm doing right here, I'm just putting the foam in like this. I'm not putting too much effort into this. Let's just screw on the little screw face and hope that the ringing is gone. I heard that only using 2 screws on your back plate increases your tone. Okay. Dude, it's gone. Hello. Dude, that fixed it so good. Oh, killed by my hair. I think it was my hair. The hair mixed with the gate. Me over in the flood solo. That's okay. So there you go, that's the Dime D100 for you right there. This speaker cabinet though, there's some spike in it that really hurts my ears. I'm not sure if that's going to translate into the recorded audio. I'm using a Neumann TLM 102 microphone and I mixed that together with a stereo microphone I have over there. There's like a spike in there, man. And it's really hard to dial away. You can't really dial that away with the treble. The presence knob is really diverse. At least between the lowest setting and then like 10 o'clock. And then not too much happening over here. I want to try this out without the boost engaged on the amplifier and then, you know, push the gain. That also works, man. Just saying. So there you go. That's the Dean Dime D100 amplifier for you right there. I think it sounds pretty good. I mean, for this, I bought this for like 500 bucks, the full set. And I think these are fairly easy to come by. So if you want to have like a quick go-to Dimebag sounding amplifier, you can get one of these and just have an overdrive hooked into it, and it's, you know, it's pretty close, man, to the Dimebag tone. Obviously, you need to have you know, Dimebag or Bill Lawrence as well. Since the original Randall RG100 and the Sentry amplifiers are pretty hard to come by, I think this is a pretty good option right here, because these are way more available right now and you can get them for pretty cheap. And then people are going to be like, oh, thank you, Ola, you're going to raise the used prices of these now after your video. Well, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.